Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody. We're making pizza.
Well, we're doing some wraps today. So we're doing crispy, what have we called them? Crispy veggie wrapwiches instead of sandwiches. Wrapwiches. Wrapwiches. Okay, so what these are basically are, they're little tortilla wraps with vegetables inside, and they're fried, and there's a little bit of cheese in there. We've got some homemade hummus that we've done as well. So for this, what you're going to need is, so this does like, well, we'll show you how much it does. So what we're going to do, we're going to get two wraps out. No, right, let's not take all of them. So one, on here, two, put those there. And then we're going to have, so we're using here, let's just put those there. We're using a can of mushrooms and a can of mixed vegetables. And then we've got some cheddar cheese. So we're going to grate some of this cheddar cheese. So the first thing that we've got to do, Lara, is move this out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm going to pop that over there.
Yeah.
We're going to get our frying pan.
Yeah.
So let's pop our frying pan onto the hob.
Yeah.
Like that, okay. I'm going to put it over here just so it's out of your way. I'm going to turn that on and get that up to like a medium heat. Okay?
What's in it?
So now what we're going to do is get another.
Daddy, what's in there and what's in there?
So that is mixed vegetables. So inside there, we've used some yesterday because we made one of these yesterday. So there's mixed vegetables inside there, and that one's some mushrooms. So what we're going to do first.
This one is muffin.
Yeah, so let's put the mushrooms onto a chopping board.
Yeah.
Because we're just gonna pull some of these apart. So we're gonna get some of those mushrooms out, and we're just gonna chop them up with a little knife, okay?
Yeah. I want to chop my finger.
Not your fingers. We're just gonna use one of these knives, and it's literally just gonna randomly just slice them up into little bits, okay? Just chop them into little slices, just so they're flat. So when we're cooking our wraps, all the mushrooms that we're doing are nice and flat, okay? Right, we're just going to do that many, so let's put those back into that can. We can save those for another day. So we've got these here, right? Got your hair in your mouth, in my mouth. So that is at like a warm temperature now. So I'm just going to get one of these wraps, I'm going to pop it into there, and then I'm going to knock it down a little bit, so it's just like a low medium heat. Then I'm going to get a spoon.
I want to do the
So there's a spoon, so get me a spoonful of that vegetables out. And then let me have the spoon. Okay, thank you. I'm just going to pop that into there. Can I have another spoon?
Yeah.
Thank you.
A big one.
Yeah?
A big one. Daddy.
That'll do, yeah. Thank you. Just something, thank you. Right, and then another one.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's only one.
I don't mind.
It's not done enough.
Come on, hurry up, because this is cooking. That'll do, thank you. Another one.
Okay.
Just going to turn it off, take it off the heat for a minute. Over here. Pop it onto there. That's it. Right, let me have the spoon a sec. So I'm just going to push all this around like that. I'm just going to go for one more as well.
Put muffins on that.
In a second, yeah. So I'm going to go for that. I'm going to go like right to the edges with this.
Don't put all of it in the thing.
Well, I might put all of it on.
Okay.
So we're going to make it nice and flat. We're going to go to the edges. We're going to pack it nicely like this. Right over like that. I've got a leaking eye today. My eye is watering. I don't know if I've got something in it or whether it's just having a wet day. You know, like when the clouds get wet and they decide to rain. I think my eye is having a day like that. Just a rainy day.
Put muffins on it.
Right, so pass me the mushrooms. Thank you. Let's grab them like that. Yeah? Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Like that. Thank you. Get that little bit of carrot onto there. Thank you. Okay, thank you. That'll do nicely. And then, oh, actually, yeah, come on then, we'll have a couple more. Why not, eh? Oh, that's a very small part, isn't it? And then, okay, that'll do, great. Let's break that one up because that's quite big. And then we need to get the cheese, Lara.
Yeah.
So let's get that block of cheese and the grater.
Yeah. And I have cheese.
Well, I'm just going to grate it straight into this pan. It's a bit hot though, Lara, so what I'm going to do is just go a few strokes of the cheese onto there. If I angle this, then the cheese comes out of this part here, so you can... What? No, it's hot. If you grate it here, the cheese comes off this little ledge here, so you can actually guide where it's going to land. And if you do little strokes, you get tiny little pieces. If you do big strokes, you get big long pieces. So I'm just going to do little ones. Like that.
Daddy, what am I
Okay. I'm going to pop that over there like that. Yeah, hang on a second, not doing that part yet. Let's just pop that there without breaking it. So then I've got a little bit of cheese which is on the frying pan, so I'm just going to scrape that onto the edge of that wrap.
Daddy, I don't want this.
Can I have the other wrap please, Lara?
Why?
And then I'm just going to pop it onto the top here. Okay? Like that. Now, this is the clever part. I'm going to get another saucepan.
Daddy, I want it.
When you get a saucepan, I'm going to put that onto the top of there like that. Right? I'm going to rest the handle on the other handle. And then I'm going to get 2 cans into there to make it heavy so it squashes it all. But because this is metal, the heat will go through the food, but then it'll hit the metal and then stay heating up the food. So it's going to melt the cheese and it's going to cook the vegetables. And it's also going to crisp that tortilla, okay? Right, so let's start getting this a little bit tidied up. So let's put the mushrooms back into that can because we can use some more of those. Put those into there. Let's just put this bag back on the cheese and we'll pop that back in the fridge because we've got a couple of minutes now. So I'm going to pop that into the fridge. Okay.
Put them all back in here.
That's it. I'm just going to blow my nose.
Okay.
Like that. A bit of magic.
Not bit of magic.
A little bit of magic.
Not bit of magic.
I've got that chopping board. We're going to use that in a minute. Very good girl. Excellent. All right, let's get rid of that. Now we're going to pop those away. We're going to put those into the fridge because we can use them later. Now, yesterday we made some of our own hummus. We did this with chickpeas and a bit of oil. We'll do a video on it another time.
Daddy, me made it.
But what we're going to do, we're just going to put some of this hummus in this jar. So we're going to get another little spoon, or a big spoon. We're going to turn that down a bit because that's fizzling and hizzling. So grab a spoonful of that sauce, and I'm just going to flick this over. So I'm going to take all of this off, put that over there because that might be warm. I'm going to grab my frying pan this way. I'm going to put my chopping board on top and I'm going to turn it round like that. So now it's upside down. So then I can slide that straight onto there. Pop it back on the heat. Get your saucepan back again. Put your saucepan onto there. So we want to get that starting to go a little bit crispy. It is going crispy, but I think it'll need to be flipped over again. But we want to have it nice and evenly. Put the weight back on it again. I'm going to put that like that just off it because it's a little bit of a funny angle. And then what we're going to be doing, that's perfect, Lara. Very good. That's our hummus. So let's get our little chopping board out. Okay, let's pop it onto there like that because we're going to make it look nice and pretty on this chopping board.
Yeah. Wow!
So there's water coming out of that vegetables now. So they're coming out. If you've got seasoning, you could have seasoned it. You could have put a bit of paprika on it. You could have put a bit of herbs on it. If you've got any fresh vegetables, they could have gone in instead of the tinned vegetables. So you can really make this with whatever you want. You could have it just one slice, so you can have it like a pizza. You could put sauce on it first. But so this is what we're going to do. We're going to make it crispy. So when we cut it,
Daddy, I put this on it.
when we cut it, it's like a little triangles of beautiful crispy tortilla sandwiches with veggies in there. Dip it into a little bit of freshly homemade hummus, and it's pucker. Right. So while that's cooking, I'm going to turn it up a little bit because I want that to start to crisp now. So I'm going to go to like a medium heat. So I'm coming off low onto medium. Now we need something to cut it with. So I'm going to get my sharp knife, the one that chopped Lara's finger. And I'm just going to sharpen it. Okay. Get it nice and sharp.
Daddy, don't touch it.
Okay. I'm going to wipe that off because we don't want all that metal fragments in our food. Just get a nice wet cloth and just wipe that over. So in a minute, that's what I'm going to use to cut this. So I'm just going to turn it over again and I'm just going to see how crispy that is. I'm going to move this hot pan over to there. I'm going to hold it like that again. I'm going to put the lid on. You can do this with any chopping board. You can do it with a square chopping board. Let me show you with a square chopping board. So you put your square chopping board on top. You grab your pan like that. You go over. You give it a jiggle.
And
then you chop it back in like that. Get it back on the heat. Put that board there. Nowhere else for it at the moment. So it's still a little bit floppy. That's hot, yeah. So it's still a little bit floppy. So what I'm going to do now is just turn that heat up again. Put the saucepan back on because we want it to crisp up. Put those potatoes. To be fair, that's squashed enough now. It's squashed enough now, that is. So I'm just going to move those to one side. Yep. Put what in the bin? This?
Yeah.
Okay, let's tidy up as we go along, good girl. That's going to go onto there. If you want to give this an extra little bit of flavour, what you can do is put a tiny little drizzle of oil on, or you could get a little cup or a little dish. Got another little dish here. Yeah? So we'll show you. It's going to put a little bit of oil into there. And then we've got a little brush. What you can do is dip the brush in. That's it. Okay, it's already dipped. And then we can wipe it over there like that. Oh, thank you. Dip, dip. So we can wipe that with our oil. Brush all that lovely oil over there like that. I'm just going to flip it over again. Yeah, you put a little bit more in there. So we can flip it over again. See, that's starting to get really good colour now. And then we can turn that on really hot. Put a little bit more into there. Alright, we don't need to make those noises, do we? You sound like just a little dip. You've done it, that's it. So we don't need it to be jumping around, trickling everywhere.
I want to pat this on here.
That's enough now. Okay, so let's put that oil onto the side. We can put that back in the bowl, or we can use that for like eggs or something. So we're just going to give this another couple of smashes on full whack to get it that nice and crispy, and that oil is going to soak into the bread as well. So it'll be really, really, really nice. You can put a bit of salt and pepper on. You can put your own seasoning on. You can do what you want with that.
Daddy,
Yeah?
that body.
Nearly, very, very nearly. We're just going to, yeah?
I want orange.
Orange juice.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Thank you, Daddy.
Thank you, Daddy.
No problem. Okay. Right then, last flip. Last flip. And then knock it off. Okay.
Daddy, why did it?
That's going to go over like that.
Running.
Okay, then we're going to get my sharp knife.
I don't.
We're going to put the knife underneath it and put it onto there like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so leave it alone, so it's very hot at the moment.
We don't
Hang on.
want to touch it.
And then I'm just going to go into the middle, like it's scissors, and just go bang down like that. Okay, turn it around. Into the middle where I've already cut. Straight down like that. Okay, let's just move that one half over there for a minute while we cut this one.
That mine.
So we don't want to break that crispiness too much. So we're just going to go really quick, clean cut into there like that. One more ready, bang, like that. Okay, now I'm going to let this cool down, okay? But let me just show you one of those slices. So it's a perfectly crispy slice there with all the vegetables and that melted cheese on top of that like that. Once that's cooled down, we can dip it into a homemade hummus with a little bit of chilli in it, dip it into there, and that's going to be absolutely beautiful. So we're going to wait for that to cool down a little bit, Lara, and then we'll try it, okay? Get your knife out of the way so Lara doesn't cut herself again. You got your juice? Where's your juice?
Yeah.
Oh, you finished it?
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to have one with you. Do you want another one?
Yeah.
Yeah? Right. A little bit of juice.
I want your juice.
Got something in my glass there. Don't wash that up very well, have I? Bit of juice into there.
Not mine.
Bit of juice into there.
I want you to have this one.
Oh. Okay. Cheers then, Lara. And there we go. Wrapwiches. Crispy wrapwiches.
They see that at this.
So should we try one?
Yeah.
So if you cook them crispy enough, that's alright. There you go. Now it's still very hot, so let's be careful. It is hot, but that's really good, especially with that melted cheese on as well. Dip a little bit of chili hummus in it.
Daddy, I want to dip the toilet in.
Although it's from tin food, it is really fresh and it's really nice. And it's mega cheap, and it's stuff that you can get from the food bank. It's stuff you can get from the corner shop just down the road. And it's good. And it's quarter of a can of mushrooms, quarter of a can of mixed vegetables, 2 little wraps, a little bit of cheese. It's pennies.
Daddy, I want the towel.
So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Should we say bye?
Daddy, bye.
Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube. Search for us on Facebook and Instagram.
I want to pie.
A plate?
Yeah.
Okay.
And my food.
Search for us on Facebook and Instagram. Find where we are, and we'll see you in the next one, which will be next Tuesday. There we go.
Did mine go now?
Yeah, but apart from got no clothes on, mate.
Oh.
So get off the camera with no clothes on. Bye.